How do you pull that off?
I always look annoyed. Well, when you look annoyed all the time, people think that you're busy. Think about it.
You hear one word, but you read something else. Laziness, bad transcription, lack of quality control, that's what we think when we spot incorrect subtitles.
Tell me first why you only miss being married at night.
Well, the phone doesn't ring that much at night, and the whole alone thing happens at night.
Now, the surprising fact is that changes in subtitles are deliberate, often affecting the tone of the scene. To learn why this happens, we need to pull back the curtain on the subs industry. The subtitles were targeted at people who are hard of hearing and foreigners.
I think it'll always be alright. I think it'll always be alright.
But these days, many people watch TV with subtitles on. And because of that, it became more noticeable that they don't always match the dialogue. Conspiracy theorists say that it's to do with subliminal messaging. Okay, this may be true. Another answer is more trivial. Subtitles need to be on screen long enough for us to read them, large enough for us to see them, but also not to cover too much of the screen. For example, Netflix requires the duration of each subtitle to be at least 0.83 seconds and no more than 7 seconds. While accurate transcription is a priority, often the text needs to be shortened without losing meaning. So, rewriting sentences using synonyms on descriptors.
Like Mr. Wilhelm gave me one of those little stress dolls. All right, back to work.
In Footloose, the line, "If we could get one of them to dance, just one of them, then that was it. We'd get out on the floor and we'd really start to smoke," was cut to, "If one would dance, that was it. We'd really start to smoke," in the subs. Now, it loses a bit of nuance, but the essence of the sentence is preserved. Then there is formatting. We can only have 2 lines on screen, with each line limited to a set number of characters. If the sentences are too long or too awkward to cut, subtitlers and transcribers have to reward them slightly, so they read well on the screen. And now pay attention. A couple of words are cut in these scenes from the subs.
Did you understand a single word of what he just said?
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
Subs must be easy to scan, but also ideally to sync with the video, to follow the rhythm of the dialogue and the scene.
Also, was ist mit Ihrem wunderschönen Bein geschehen? Ein Nebenprodukt der Arschtritte, die Sie in der deutschen Filmwelt austeilen, zweifelsohne.
Sparen Sie sich Ihre Komplimente, Sie alter Hund.
Now, you definitely don't want the text to hang on when there is a scene change. And with a fast-paced dialogue, the only way to tick all the boxes is to merge and shorten the lines.
You party? I'll party.
Tom, I lost him. Dante has little B.
The easiest way to fit with the rules is to omit the filler words. Like, you know, and the starters. Pay attention to the subs in these scenes.
I'm recently retired.
Not the rouge, but the rose.
Netflix guidelines say, do not subtitle words or phrases repeated more than once by the same speaker, to save that screen real estate.
It's free real estate.
Now, on paper, it makes sense, because, you know, the fillers, the starters, the cut-off words don't change the meaning of what is being said.
Dative!
So we can omit them in the subs. The issue is that all these mistakes are part of human performance. They make the character, they set the scene. When we omit them, we change the tone completely, and suddenly someone who sounds scared doesn't appeal like that when we just focus on the subs. Subtitles' aim is to convey what is being said and not how it's being said. Another way in which subtitles subtly change the tone is by turning slang into standardized speech. So, jokes, references, idioms. Some people may not get the meaning of them. Sometimes, subs are here to help, simplifying it with easy-to-understand words and phrases. The clarity and understanding of the scene take priority over performance and exact copy. And each platform has its own style too, with Netflix aiming for accurate and natural translations. Quote, include as much of the original content as possible. Do not simplify or water down the dialogue. Now, truncating should be limited to cases where reading speed and synchronicity are an issue. It's a trade-off with technical constraints on top. Okay, but let's not dismiss the conspiracy theories altogether, that would be silly. There are a couple of subtitling aspects that spark censorship debates. Profanity and swearing sometimes get softened with a milder alternative or completely cut. Now, what's interesting is that the swear word is still audible. It's the text that doesn't show it. In the second season of Queer Eye, shit became crap and fucking became frigging. Now, it caused a backlash. In making the subs family-friendly, the platforms patronize foreigners and hard-of-hearing people, like they needed protection from bad words.
I have a friend at the police station
who feels totally comfortable repeating this confidential information to you?
And Netflix gave in. In 2018, changed its rules, stating dialogue must never be censored. Expletives should be rendered as faithfully as possible. Now, it still happens in foreign language subs, which is a running joke among us, foreigners.
To nie mój chłopak, choć parę razy z nim spałam.
But another censoring element is the songs. Now, you probably noticed that sometimes the subs will just say music playing or people singing without providing the lyrics. Now, this happens because of actual copyrights. Written lyrics require additional licensing beyond just playing the song. And because in the past studios were sued for subtitling the lyrics, they play it safe, with Netflix saying only plot-pertinent songs should be subtitled and only if rights have been granted. All of the above means that many viewers, like non-native speakers, hard of hearing, or even people who are watching in noisy environments, can often get a different story from everyone else. Now, it's annoying, because nowhere is it stated that when we put on the subs, there may be changes to the dialogue. We rely on an accurate representation of audio. Plus, it's weird, especially when I can hear the dialogue and read something else on the screen, even with the corner of my eye. And when there is a mismatch, it breaks the illusion and can take me out of the story.
Tastes sweet, actually. Guess you're eating well, spending the money you owe me.
Add the censorship on top that feels paternalistic at best and patronizing at worst, no wonder that so many people don't have a good opinion of the subtitling industry. Behind every conspiracy, there is usually a simple explanation. With subtitles not matching the dialogue, it is not about mind control, but rather technical constraints combined with a risk-averse industry and copyright law. Next time when you put on the subs and they don't match the audio, remember, they are not an accurate representation, but rather a deliberate adaptation layer. Shit like that happens all the time.